What's up, Christ Church? My name is Kevin Siddle. I am the Director of Adult Discipleship, and I am very excited to introduce to you Teri Monken. Teri is awesome. She is one of our administrators here at church, and she's also helps out volunteering at Sync Center. And together, we just want to bring you her testimony. We truly believe that our testimonies are a way to show the power of Christ, to show how he's influenced us, how he's changed us, and how he can kind of bring us all together. So, Teri, hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So, your testimony. Did you grow up in the church? How was it in the beginning? Where did you start? How did Christ maybe kind of speak to you early on? What did that look like in your own life?
My mom and I attended Peace Lutheran when I was 9, 10,
Okay.
early teens. I went through confirmation at Peace Lutheran. We ended up getting away from the church. It was more of a politic thing.
Sure.
And then it wasn't our thing after a while.
Yep.
Went to high school, had some issues. We just got away from it.
Okay. So then when was it that Christ really kind of called you in, brought you in?
When I was in high school, I had a lot of mental issues, a lot of depression, a lot of suicidal thoughts, self-harm.
Okay.
I had self images, and in high school, kids can be mean.
Yeah.
And I was on sports. I did that, but I was the outcast in the sports team. I wasn't the
Gotcha.
jock. I wasn't the athlete. So I had a lot of those issues, and then in 2004, 2004, we saw Christ Church, and it was the week before Mother's Day, and I said, Mom, isn't that the church I was baptized in back when it was over on Fry Lane? And she said, yes, it was. And I said, well, how about we go there for Mother's Day?
Cool.
And she said, okay, if that's what you really want to do. I said, it is what I want to do. So we came, and we've been here ever since 2004.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So why do you think God called you back? Or why do you think Christ kind of brought you back, in that moment? You said you kind of been away from the church and maybe things were going down, kind of a darker or a more painful path. So why the shift? What do you think?
At that time, I knew there had to be something more. I remembered my time at Peace Lutheran, and I remember God being a big part of that. And I'm like, well, I was happier then than I am now. Let's give it a shot.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I was here for a while, and then I accepted Jesus as my Lord and Savior at 19, and
Awesome.
I fell away again.
Sure. Are you saying that just because you make that decision that immediately everything else doesn't go away?
It doesn't.
Yeah.
I thought it did.
Yeah,
I thought, oh, Jesus is my Lord and Savior. Everything's going to be great. Well, then I got in with the wrong crowd. Dated someone that was abusive mentally, physically, emotionally. And I'm a provider. I like to care for someone, and that's what he needed. He had no job. It was someone you need to be careful.
Is it a bad situation?
It's a very bad situation. It was. And so I got out of the church. I started in that crowd, and in 2014, I got arrested. It turned out to be something he did, but I got in trouble for it. And my parents picked me up from jail, and my mom said, you need to pray. I remember her exact words. You need to pray. That's all she had to say.
Yeah.
I actually went outside on our back porch, and I sat there for, hours. And it was, God, I need you. I really need you. And I remember him pinging me and going, all you got to do is follow me. I've got your back.
Yeah.
And everything went uphill from there. I got a job.
That's awesome.
We came back to church. I started volunteering. I ended up meeting my husband, and him and God have been
That's awesome.
huge part of my mental clarity, my stability, my issues have. As long as I pray, my issues they're not there.
Yeah.
I can fight those demons, because I was nervous coming in here today. I'm not gonna lie, and
Sure.
But with God, all things are possible.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and so we kind of joked, that that moment that we accept Christ, that everything immediately gets better. Oftentimes the case is that's not That's not what happens. You know, I had a similar story. I accepted Christ, thought everything was going to be great, and then it didn't. I made more bad decisions. But, you know, as you continue to pursue Christ, as you continue to pray and grow and seek Him, yeah, all things are possible. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to be in those places, in that darkness and that pain anymore. You don't. And so I'm thankful that that's what happened to you.
I could not be happier.
Awesome. Well, do you have any advice? Do you have any words of wisdom for our church family out there, for anyone who's struggling or maybe someone who may relate?
If you feel there is nothing else possible left for you to do, get down on your knees and pray. Because God has your back, always.
Love it. Love it. That is perfect. Well, thank you.
Thank you
very much, my friend. And thank you, Christ Church. If you would like to tell your testimony, please reach out to me, Kevin Siddle at mychristchurch.com, and we cannot wait to see you soon.